Building an email list is one of those things that sounds relatively simple, but it's something that will actually require a little bit of determined effort on your part to make sure that with the opportunities you have to gather emails, that you take advantage of them. So first we'll go into like, why would you want to gather sort of emails? Is social media advertising or impersonal advertising enough? The answer is yes, but emails are really good because you can send people, if they've signed up to your email list, you sort of know that they're interested, at least, in what you're doing. Whereas going to a convention or a market, or even advertising through social media, generally is sort of like talking to a very large crowd and trying to somehow talk to the people in that crowd that you want to specifically make contact with, whereas your email list is like a Rolodex of people that have said, at least at some point in the past, that they are interested in what you're working on and would like to hear some more about it. So in terms of building your email list, there's 3 ways you can do it generally. So obviously there is promoting online and sort of sharing a link to an email list. So that could be through a website builder or through something like SurveyMonkey, or just collecting them manually and sort of, or asking people to message you with their email and then collecting it in a like an Excel file or something like that. You need to be very careful with people's emails because it counts as contact information and that information needs to be secure. So make sure that wherever you're keeping this information is sort of like a password protected, at the very least, place. So online, yes, so sort of just using digital tools to request emails. You can also get it anytime someone makes a purchase on an online site that you have. They will generally have to put in an email to receive tracking information, so you can get it from there. Keep in mind that you do need to ask permission to contact people based on that email. And particularly if you're advertising anywhere in the EU, that needs to be very like upfront, that you are asking people and they are saying, yes, please send me more information. In person, at conventions and markets and just random times that you might be talking about your game to people, just write it down. Just write it down somewhere and then enter it later into a more official digitized list. And finally, how should you use your email list, I think is an interesting one. So from what I have been told, and I'm not an expert again in this particular area, is that people don't mind getting 1 or 2 emails a week from something in that they have specifically asked to follow. You know, like they want to know what's going on. Not necessarily, again, just hammering people with like requests to buy things, but you can do things like discounts, and you can do just updates on the project or like what you've been doing with the project. So if your game is now being sold in a particular retailer, you can say, hey, just letting everyone know that this retailer is now doing this. If you're doing a collaboration with a influencer or something like that, then, or an organization, that's a really good time to send out an email and just tag the other person or organization you're working with. And yeah, emails are an interesting thing because they are more effective than you would necessarily think. And particularly people like using email for like announcements, or sorry, receiving email about announcements. So you can build up your email list, and if you're leading up to a crowdfunding campaign or a particular big event like a convention, then you can say, hey, just so you know, this is coming up. You know, tune in or follow this, or keep an eye out. And then when you launch the campaign or when the convention is on, then you can do another one saying like, this convention is on, like it's really fun, follow all the action and get special discounts and things, or sign up or pledge or back through that email and to help support you. So those would be my recommendations for building and using an email list. So please, suggestions, feedback, questions, put them down in the comments, and as ever, good luck.